There are days when I notice the muscles in my jaw contracting and my face can get so tired or I get headaches. It happens during self-inquiry, and lately it has also been appearing at my job. I do try to relax it, but I'm curious about it. My sense is that it will continue until it doesn't.
Yeah, you bring up it's a good question. It's a very complex subject in a sense. The the simple approach is the body will do what it does in the sense that there is a tendency to overly focus on that kind of thing too much. And so that's where you have a lot of the more consensual body work and healing work, and which is very valuable. And I've done a lot of it and it's been extremely helpful. But there was a tendency in me, and I think it's a common thing, that it's very easy to have an idea or a notion that once that resolves, then I will arrive. There's at least there was in me it's like a subtle belief or an attachment or a strategy that, oh, if I can heal this or undo this or shift this in the body, in the mind, in the habits, then I will have this thing, I will arrive at this thing, which is the awakening, that which is what I was talking about in the meditation as the promise. And that's why I'm very clear. I try to be very clear, or try to pose it as very different, the waking up from the growing up. And in the meditation today as well, I find that it's very important to keep highlighting that. And so the tensions in the body will always be there. As long as there is a body, there's going to be tensions. As long as there is a mind, there's going to be thoughts that are neurotic. And so what can shift is when we talk about the identification, what happens is that, in a sense, none of that really matters. And so the neurotic thoughts can be seen as just thoughts. And then the tensions in the body can be just seen as tensions. And there is no kind of agenda attached to it, or no desiring attached to it, in a general sense. And that actually is what makes the neurotic behavior lessen, that makes the tension in the body lessen over time. But I've found that although it does help to, and it's invaluable to do at some point therapy, to do some body work, to do all this kind of healing work is very valuable. But it must be clear that it's never going to get you to that where you are really wanting to go, which is here now. And I can speak a lot more to that because it is a complex subject. But I'm wondering what you have, if that resonates, or if you have more questions.
I can see how I've viewed life or awakening as a process of becoming. I see that you're pointing to the fact that God is in the discomfort, and that feels so free. It's so free that it can be neurosis or it can be tension.
And there is the added advantage is that there's the freedom for it being okay if there is neurosis. It's okay if there's tension. And on top of that, because there is an openness and an allowing of that, then the neuroses do not become action as much. They do not become the focus as much. And so, because there is an allowing for that to be what it is, it starts to kind of dissolve. But it's not by trying to dissolve it that it dissolves. That's the rejection of it. It's the rejection of the tension if you're trying to remove it. If it's a rejection of neurosis, if you're trying to kind of push it away. But by being with it, seeing it, understanding it, and in a sense, not giving it too much importance, there is the openness to it. There's a phrase that Francis Lucille said to me once, and I've heard him say a few times, and it was very powerful for me. It's the freedom from becoming. And I just remembered it because you used the word becoming. And so in a sense, this is the freedom from becoming.
It's so beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then the process of living, of growing, of the growing up, of the becoming, of that then becomes the play, the exploration, the fun, free living, and not the clenching and contracting into trying to get somewhere.